Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self, with the blessings of Sri Krishna. Again, we are back with Manana on the greatest song of the Lord, the Bhagavad Gita. Many takeaways for us. Actually, it is quite surprising. Not surprising, actually. He is, after all, the Lord of the universe. But still, the Lord addresses our the smallest of doubts that we have are addressed in the Gita. And that's what's amazing about it. As if he's a commoner, just like us, and he knows exactly how our minds work. It's quite fantastic. Okay. Just to recap, in the verse 18, he said, self realized souls have nothing to gain or lose by following the Shastras or discharging their duties or renouncing their duties. Nothing is going to affect them. He said that. So, in that context, Swami Vivekananda was once told, because he was a young man, remember, Vivekananda was a young man. He just, maybe 25, 30 when he met a well-meaning elder. And she told him, your duty, he said, I had to go back to India. So that lady said, your duty is to complete your job here. And so apparently Vivekananda flew into a rage. He was very quick. He had a very quick temper. And so he said, what absurdity. I am not bound by anything. And so the sannyasin stands on the head of the Vedas. He said that. The sannyasin stands on the head of the Vedas. The Vedas cannot command me. What freedom, right? Absolute freedom. All of us mere mortals are bound by injunctions. Don't do that, do this. Do's and don'ts, they rule our lives for our own good. But the freedom of a sannyasi in the sense, the one who has renounced, the one who has completely realized himself, is absolutely fantastic. And so there was another yogi called Kakishri Bhattadri, okay, somewhere in the south. And he was a yogi and he was a Brahmana. But he never did any anushtana. No snana, no sandhya vandana, nothing. And so he was asked, how can you do this? Why aren't you doing any of this? So why aren't you doing sandhya vandana? So that yogi said, in my heart, the sun neither sets nor it rises. And there is no night and there is no day. Because the splendorous sun of the Atma is shining day and night. So beautiful, right? That is the freedom. That's the yes, there is no rope to bind us at all. So these are the kind of jnanis who are the shreshtaha, yad acharati shreshtaha. There, we should be careful. If the shreshta is not doing sandhya vandana, I should also not do. No. So there we have to have our common sense. The Shrestha will do. So that such people like this yogi Kaikishri Bhattadri, they will not even come into the limelight and teach. The teachers, the acharyas will be like Shankara, like our Prabhuji, who are always up and doing things that is for our sake, to set an example to us. They do it. Otherwise, like idiots, we will try to follow the one who does the least. Lazy people. We are all, isn't it? That is why when enlightened people work, it is not called karma yoga. When we try to convert our karma into karma yoga, yes, that is a sadhana for us. But for enlightened people, what they are doing, it is called as loka sangraha. That's what Krishna says in this verse. Verse 20, he tells Arjuna, do loka sangraha. Just act in freedom. Absolute freedom you act. That is called as loka sangraha. That's what our Prabhuji is doing. Viskids Gurukul, I lead, even this Atma Jyoti Satsang, he doesn't have to do anything. He can also be like that Bhattadri, no Sandhya Vandana. Sun neither sets or arises in me. Why should I do it? No. So these are the kind of jnanis who are helping us walk on the path. So two models of karma. One for the jnani, loka sangraha, and one for the ordinary, karma yoga. And then also the jnani, the way he acts, in verse 19, Krishna says, asakta samachara. Asakta and samachara. All this is advice to Krishna. You do loka sangraha with anasakta. Asakta means anasakta. We are all very asakta in what? In the results. We have too much expectations from the world, from our actions, from God, from our people. We have too much asakti. Whereas Krishna is advising us, be asakta. You do whatever it is and just be unattached to it. Be indifferent to the results. Not in the work per se. No, that is with great asakti one has to do the work. With the results or with everything be detached. And samachara, with great samadhana and dexterity, we have to do that work. That is how all the great ones have showed us how to do it. Asakta and samachara. Taspad asakta satatam karyam karma samachara. That's what Arjuna is being told. We are being told. Whatever is on our plate right now, asakta satatam, all the time, karyam karma samachara. Go on doing work with dexterity, with great interest, with great involvement. Go on doing it. Did I tell you about this nice anecdote about Arjuna and Kirataka? You know that incident? Arjuna Kirataka incident? Anyone who is able to unmute and tell us? Huh? Arjuna Kirataka gotta? Chandra avre?
ಇಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Yapka ilva. Okay. So when Arjuna is in Arjuna and the Pandavas are in Vanavasa, so Arjuna does a lot of things. He sent around the world or three lokas by Krishna. He wears a garb of a sannyasi and he goes. And one of the advices that Krishna gives Arjuna is to pray for the Pashupatastra, get the Pashupatastra from Ishvara, from Shiva. So Arjuna does a very, very severe tapas. Okay. He does a lot of tapas and he goes on praying for but Shiva is not appearing. Arjuna stands on one leg and he starves himself and does the japa Om Namah Shivaya over and over. He's doing day after day, but he's not appearing. The Lord is not appearing. And so Parvati, as usual, she is the one who comes to our rescue. So she says, look, that poor boy is doing so much tapasya. Why aren't you going and helping him? So Shiva says, he is doing it such a lackadaisical manner, He is not interested. He is yawning in between Om Namah Shivaya. That intensity I cannot see, Shiva says. And then he only gives a solution. Oh, I know why. He is not the type to sit and do tapasya. Arjuna is, he's in his DNA, he's a Kshatriya. He likes to fight. So, when can he get that intensity? When he's fighting. So, Shiva comes in the form of a Kirataka or a hunter and they hunt a boar. There's a boar which is Kirataka is following the boar and shooting arrows. And then Arjuna also, he also starts that hunting game. And then both of them are in a competition. Who will get the boar, wild boar? And so Arjuna, try as he might, he is not able to capture the boar. And so Kirataka, Shiva in the form of Kirataka, he needles him. Oh, ho, 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 this is the strength of your Gandiva. That's it. Oh Arjuna, you mighty Arjuna, this is your Gandiva. And so when the Gandiva is, mocked, Arjuna gets really absolutely furious. He was so proud of his Gandiva. He said, anybody says anything to my Gandiva, nobody can stop me. And then he starts fighting furiously, complete intensity, you know, his complete concentration, focus, everything comes into that, comes into play. That is when Shiva appears and gives him Darshana. So, what does it mean, people? What does the story mean to us? Hmm? Yes, yes, yes. Please, please tell. Did it mean anything? Anu, Suma, Samata, Indra. This is how one should engage oneself in action with complete focus, complete interest, complete, give yourself to whatever you're doing. Then God is pleased. You don't have to do Om Namah Shivaya. Just whatever work I am doing, if I am able to do it with great intensity, great passion, great dedication, when I'm doing that, my mind is not even on the results. It will not go here, there, anywhere, isn't it? So that's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Do your work, karma yoga, and let it become loka sangraha, asakta samachara. There is a nice anecdote. One master, he was holding a meditation class. And so, and one disciple, one student was late for class. In a great hurry, he left his chappals behind outside and he rushed into the room to sit for meditation. The master said, get up. What? First, leave your footwear properly and then come for learning meditation. See, every little thing the masters do with utter perfection. Yogastaha kuru karmani. If I am not able to leave my slippers order in an orderly manner, what does it indicate? It indicates a disorganized mind. That is what it is. So when the mind is not organized, how can you sit in meditation? So first you clear up your outer business properly. Do it in an organized manner. Leave your footwear properly. See, little things, small things, how the mind can be brought into focus. These little moments are the meditation moments in our life. Haphazard manner, we do things. Especially monks in an ashram, they are taught this. We think that monks, they don't have any, due responsibilities of their family. They have all the time to meditate. Actually, it is said that these guys have more work to do. They do more hard work, even though they are from a royal family. Even if Janaka has gone to an ashram, he would have done Jadu Poncha, everything. Everything they will do. Like that. Doing asakta samachara. Beautifully, one has to do our work. And so that Vivekananda also says, this will come when there is anasakti in the results. And you're not in a great hurry to go somewhere, do something. No. Right now, whatever is on my plate, let me do that properly. That is the message here. And in one of the shlokas here, Krishna also says, even the greatest jnanis like Janaka, etc., they also did this asakta and samachara. They also did loka sangraha. So, what are you thinking of dropping your weapons and going away somewhere? Don't be idiotic. That is what the message being given to Arjuna. So, if anyone is entertaining thoughts of dropping samsara and going away, no. Krishna is very, very clear. Wherever you are, in whatever position you find yourselves in, whatever is on your plate, just do it. Janaka was he was a king, he was a Rajarshi. And in the Bhagavatam, there's a description of the plate from which he used to eat. Gem-studded plate with golden spoons. Naturally, Raja. But during Sita Swayamvara, he washed the feet of all the guests who came from Ayodhya. You know, the commonest, most commoner who arrived from Ayodhya, Janaka washed their feet. So there is no conflict between prosperity and Brahmajnana and humility and karma. No conflict at all. Always engaged in this, that samadhana is there inside me. I can do anything. By the way, we all think there is only one Janaka who was Sita's father. And we get confused. Oh, who was the Janaka who was Ashtavakra's disciple, Yajnavalka's disciple? It is said that there are 21 Janakas who are all Videhas. Videhas means everyone Muktas. They were in their body itself, they were Muktas. Videha is after death, they are Muktas, but they were all enlightened peoples and they were all kings of Mithila at different points of time, the same dynasty. So every king is called a Janaka. So when we hear conflicting or different stories of Janaka, we have to understand, oh, one of the Janakas of Mithila, this has happened. Okay. And so, yes, this is what about Vivekananda also says, work in freedom, not as a slave. What is the meaning of this? Work in freedom, not as a slave. He says a slave, the one who underperforms, has got a slave mentality. What is the slave mentality? In our houses or at our workplaces, we underperform. Why? I want to get it done. It's boring, mundane work. I don't want to be engaged. I am meant for greater things. I am stuck in this stupid job. That is a slave mentality. It is said. Vivekananda says that. Okay. And one who just justice to the job in a normal manner, he's a normal person. One who does more than expected, gives more than what you are required to, that person is one who is working in freedom. The Enthu cutlet, whom we call, volunteers for everything. I'll do this, I'll do that. That person is just doing it out of joy. That is real Loka Sangraha. Out of freedom he is working. He is not asked to do it. He is not bound to do it, but he will do. So, we have to look at ourselves. Where do I stand? Maybe I cannot go to that freedom mode yet, but at least I can do what is expected of me. I can do with bhakti, with surrender, with great diligence. I can do my work. That much I can do, isn't it? So that is why we have to look at the lives of all the jnanis. And this samachara also means asakta and samachara. Another example, beautiful example is given. The ego comes into play all the time. Of course, that's always there with us normal people, isn't it? So there's a nice anecdote of a sculptor. He comes to face the day of his death. Somehow he comes to know, I'm going to die this day. Okay. Then he's worried. Yamaduta will come with a noose. So what do I do? So this sculptor, in order to fool Yamaduta, he will make 9 statues of himself. Beautiful, such lifelike statues, Ram Lalas, he will make of himself. And he will also go and stand in between the 9 statues. Beautiful. So Yamaduta's Duta will come. Yamaduta will come with his noose. And he said, "Hey, everyone looks the same. Whom should I take now?" And then he's a very wise Duta. He knows the shortcoming of us humans. He says, wow, such beautiful sculptures. Only one in this, the nose should have been like this. Then it would have been a perfect job. The moment this fellow Yamaduta says that, no prizes for guessing what happens next. The sculptor is offended, like Arjuna. Hmm? He just steps forward and say, what do you mean the nose? It is just perfect. Aitu ashte, that's it. The Yamaduta takes him away. Okay, this is the real fellow anta. So this is not asakta behavior. This is asakta. The Yama, that sculptor, is very, very, very interested in getting accolades for his work. He is asakta. He cannot stand criticism of his own work to the extent of giving up his life also. Hmm? He wasn't thinking basically because he was so offended that his sculpture was criticized. So, how can I be this kind of asakta? How can I be? How can I develop this anasakti? Different layers we can do that. When we attach to something higher, the lower will drop. Attached to the samashti. Right now, we are all attached to the vyashti. I, me, myself, my job, my family, my peace of mind. No. Many, many, many times in the Gita, the Lord has said, please attach yourself to the, expand yourself. That was a problem with Arjuna in the beginning. He says, Karpanya dosha. I have Karpanya dosha. My heart is constricted. So the first thing we need to do is expand and include the samashti in my prayers also. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. So when I attach to the samashti, for example, a soldier, he is not attached to his family, he is attached to the country. That kind of expands the heart, and one is free to do more things, accomplish more things like that. So, and or a sports person, when he is playing for the school, he is playing for himself. When she is playing for the state, she is playing for the state. Next, the country. Isn't it? Like that, the more and more and more I expand my, field of activity, lokaha samasta, then I can become asakta in my own little problems. In a team, one will not think of my glory. We have to play as a team. So these are all the little things people are told to follow. Okay. And then in 21, yadyad acharati shreshtaha tadeva itaro janaha tattadeva itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tad anuvartate. So I follow a shreshta. Again, here a word of caution. Whom to follow? Whom to follow? How will I know? Because I've gone through the experience. I started following a Shrestha and then came to know that it is not the right person to be emulated. But then that should not put me off. So, what is the logic of why is Krishna telling us to follow a Shrestha? Because my little intellect cannot be superior to the best intellects of the world, isn't it? I will do everything myself. I know. Some people I know also, friends, very, very intellectually accomplished. They have read all the Vedas, they have read the Upanishads, they have read everything. They can defeat anybody in a debate. Okay, but they are not following any Shrestha. They are not following the gurus or the guru vakyas or even the Veda vakyas. They are not followed. They are just academically very, very accomplished. Why? I don't need anybody. I'm perfectly capable of understanding what is said in the Vedas. No. My intellect cannot be superior to the Shreshta's intellect. Simple and final. So it's better, even though I am very intelligent and I can understand Sanskrit, I can follow the grammar also, understand everything that is said, that is not cut any ice. Not a dent will be made in my ego. So go surrender to the master and learn at the master's feet. However, which master, which Shrestha should I follow? Here, Bhagavan says, use your yukti, intelligence. Shruti, yukti, anubhuti. That is what is recommended. Shruti, the Vedas. So, is the master following what the Shrutis tell? That is one huge yardstick. Is it in alignment with what the Upanishads are saying? Yes, that is Shruti. And then Yukti, use your intelligence also. You observe the person for a while, and then you will come to know how genuine that person is. And Anubhuti, if you have gone through some nasty experience, you know the red flags. So, all this should be in my vision before I surrender to a master. No harm, no problem in doing that. All of us will take some time before somebody grows on us, isn't it? Even if it's an enlightened master, it has to grow on us. That person, we have that vibe, that frequency has to be established, isn't it? In this context, yes, in this context, we have akrama gnani. Many types of jnanis, shreshtas are there. Krama gnani and akrama gnani. This krama gnani, who is the one who has come through the Guru Parampara, he will stick to the rules. Even though he is working in freedom, like Vivekananda said, he will stick to the rules and he will advise his students also to go by the rules of society and of the Vedas, like our Prabhuji. He will do everything. He will do Ganesha Puja, he will do Varma Lakshmi Puja, he will do Sandhya Vandana. All the scriptures that are given in the Vedas, he will do. Why? Because we are following him. And that is what Krishna says. If I do Name Parthasti, I don't have any kartavyam. I don't have any kartavyam. Trishu lokeshu kinchana. In all the three worlds, I don't have any performance of actions is not mandated for me. But Nanavaptam avapyaptam vartayevacha karmani. Yet I am engaged in the prescribed duties, Arjuna. Why? Because if I don't do, people will also not follow it. There people are, 100 people are looking at me, 1,000, the entire world looking up to me. They are looking up to you, Arjuna. If you do not fight, people will abandon their weapons and go, soldiers. That is why this Kramagnani will do all the things that is given to all of us, so that we also do it. And then there is the Akramagnani. The one example who comes to mind is Osho. No, he doesn't seem to have any guru per se. He's a self-enlightened master. And so he has given birth to a huge community. What? So much went wrong with it, isn't it? Because he was very unorthodox in his methods. He gave all sorts of sadhanas for the students to do. Completely went haywire to the extent that he was slowly poisoned and driven out of America. Very unorthodox. That's an akrama gnani. So, what was the teaching? You enjoy as much as you want. It will drop from the desires, will drop from you, and then you can come to meditation. Hare? Not happening. Did it work? I don't think so at all. Though he's an enlightened master, his talks are fantastic, beautiful, but his advice, drop everything, enjoy. That was completely anti-Vedas. It is not according to the scripture at all. He's an akramagnani. What do such people do? They mislead people. They mislead society. They mislead the students, and they will hurt them. They'll hurt them more than help them. That is what has happened too. And even our Jiddu Krishnamurti, he never gave any method to any one of his students. He said, don't do anything. It's a pathless path. What path shall I give you? If they say such vague things, where will we go? Isn't it? So, Always we have to check whether my master is a Kramagnani. Yes, go. Go with him. Is Krishna a Kramagnani? Yes. Let us go with Krishna. Let us go with whatever has been told in the Gita. In the verse 22, he says, I don't have any compulsion to act, yet I am acting because people look at me. Once, sage Narada, he visits Krishna at his palace in Dwaraka. Okay, Krishna has many, many, many palaces. And in one palace, Krishna is with Rukmini. And the moment Narada enters, Krishna gets up. Oh, great sage, come. And he will make him sit and he'll do all the Pada Puja, everything he does. Narada is very pleased. Then he goes to the next palace. There, Krishna's wives, how many? 16,000. That is where they live in the next palace. So Narada goes there, and there Krishna is getting ready to go to court. He has to go to the court to. That is another duty he's doing. In the next palace, Krishna is playing with his kids. The dad, the super dad, is playing with his kids. In another palace, Narada is shown that Krishna is doing a yajna, Agnihotra he is doing as a householder. And in the next palace, Krishna is doing dhyana, Yogeshwara Krishna. See, this is the vision Narada gets. Bhagavan Krishna is doing all this. He doesn't have to, but he is doing it. That is the Leela. That is the Charitra. What's the difference between a Charitra and a Leela? Krishna has done many Leelas. From the moment he was born, he's been doing Leelas, isn't it? Showing the world to his mother in his mouth and playing around with demons as if they were toys, tossing them around. All these are Leelas. The Leelas of Krishna are not to be emulated. We cannot also. But why did he do it? For our sadhana. To invoke bhakti in us, Krishna has done all these things. That is for our sadhana. But his charitra, what he did through his life, his charitra is to be emulated. Like how Narada got the vision. Krishna is doing this, that, everything that is for our benefit. Okay, verse number 23 is, let us see what it says. So all these verses are saying the same things. With Yadyad Acharati Shreshtaha, that we have done. Why they should do is also has been told to us. 21, 22, 21, 22. This also we did. There is nothing in the 3 words, O Partha, that has to be done by me, nor is there anything unattained that should be attained by me, yet I engage myself in action. Okay. Then, यदि ह्ययं न वर्तेयं जातु कर्मण्यांतद्रितः मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्यः पार्थ सर्वशः. For should I never engage myself in action without relaxation, men would in every way follow my son, O Partha, O son of Pritha. So this is what we have been talking about. Then, उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोका न कुर्यं कर्म चेदहम् संकरस्य च कर्ता स्याम् upahyaami ma prajaha. Okay, can somebody chant that nicely? Upahanyami ma prajaha. Hey, yes.
उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोका न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहं संकरस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि मा प्रजाः.
Upahanyami ma prajaha. Okay. So again he's reiterating the same thing. These words would perish if I did not perform action. I would be the author of confusion of castes and would destroy these beings. Okay. There is any doubt in this, or is it very clear? I would be the author of confusion of the castes. What does it mean by that? That is why in the olden days that Varnashrama was very, very strictly adhered to. Son of a Kshatriya, become a Kshatriya. Because it runs in his DNA. Son of a Brahmana, yes, scholarship is it has come in your blood, do it. Son of a laborer, yes, he is very hatta katta and he's got a lot of patience, do that. So these kind of things were very happily adhered to, but now there's a lot of mix and match happening. So people are confused. Do you agree or not that people are confused now? What should I do? Lot of confusion. Sankara has happened. Sankara means mixing. It is inevitable, of course, in a global and modern society. This Sankara is very, it's there. It's in our lives. One has to deal with it. That's it. But there was good reasoning why this was done in the olden days. Okay, 25. Yes, Chandra, can you chant this for us? Anyone?
सक्ता कर्मण्य विद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्- कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्.
Hmm. As the ignorant men act from attachment to action, O Bharata, saktaha, not asaktaha, saktaha, karmanya vidvamsaha. From now on, until now, Krishna was talking about the Ajnani and then the Gnani, and now he is combining both. So, what should the Gnani do and what should the Vidvans do? Forget about the Gnani. Gnani has got another template. The Vidvamsaha, the ones who are intellectually empowered, vidvamsaha of society, what should they do? So for them, Krishna is saying, uh, just like how the ignorant men act out of attachment, but out of attachment is in brackets. The vidvamsa, the wise men should also act, but without attachment. For the welfare of the world, the vidvamsa has to act. Simple, no? The Vidwamsa also has to act for the welfare of the world. This is the duty of the intellectual persons in society. They have to be up and doing and setting an example. Same thing, the same theme of Yadyad Acharati Shreshtaha is going on. Vidvamsa. So you don't think that just because I have finished, have acquired my PhD, what should I do next? I can relax, retire. No. You be up and about doing, setting an example, teaching others. That is called being responsible. This is called Loka Sangraha. So the once you have a body mind, once you have come into the world, action, 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 always it is in the mode of action. There is no rest. There is no rest. This much we have to understand. No rest at all. Okay. What is the next one? Na buddhi bhedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam. Joshayet sarva karmani vidyayukta samacharan. What is this? What does it say? Na buddhi bhedam. Let no wise man unsettle the minds of ignorant people. This is what about the akrama gnani. He is a wise man, but he's unsettling the minds of ordinary people, isn't it? That's what we have heard of many, uh, all these sadhus, some of them who have come in our midst. I don't know how many of you follow. Let me pause the recording for a while. Can you think of unorthodox sadhus who are doing a lot of things? Hmm? They are misleading people, isn't it? Wait, I want to just pause the recording.
Purnimaji, recently that Nityananda Paramashi.
So we have this doubt in us. I have people in my family who are too much into ritualistic worship. They are very worried about all the days of the week. Monday I have to go to Shiva temple, and if you miss, they are completely disturbed. I want to tell them, relax. Nothing will happen to you, but they are not willing to listen. What should I do? What should I do? What would you do, ಅನು? ಸುಮಾ, ಚಂದ್ರ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ? ಮನೇಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್.
I don't know. I just tell Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. You just see Narayana in everyone.
No, you will see, but what advice will you give
No,
the?
for them also, like, because I don't follow too many rituals or anything. For me, like, it's not like on Jan 1st, I have to go to temple. I like to go to temple when it's not crowded. I don't like to go in
Perfectly all
crowds
right.
and all that. So, but in my family itself, like my sister, she follows lot of rules, right? I keep telling her, and it's also they get scared because, oh, you don't do this thing and something. I'll be like, nothing will happen. Everything is, you need to think positively because everything is created by God. There is nothing as such as inauspicious
Correct.
because everything is the creation of God. That means everything is auspicious, right? So you just need to take it like positively. Don't
Yeah.
think too much and
Please.
just see like Narayana everywhere around you in each and every person. Just God is there inside, outside, everywhere around you. So don't worry.
Yeah. But to come to this state, and
Yeah.
understanding, it takes a long time.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
very difficult. What, Chandra?
ಐ ಕೀಪ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ. ಒಂಥರ ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾಗಿ ಆಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಇದಾರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರನ್ನ ಬೈತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ತಿರ್ಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ದೇವ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಸರಿ ಅಪ್ಪ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಹಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಅವ್ರುಗಳು. ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ದೇವ್ರು ಇಲ್ದೋದ್ರೆ ಕೋಪಿಸ್ಕೋತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ.
ಹಾ. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಗೆನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸೆಡ್, he has said, you leave them alone. This is the advice. Never discourage anybody from going to temples or doing their whatever faith. Of course, if it's getting out of hand, you better intervene. But if somebody is doing it, don't tell them anything. So this is the advice given by Krishna. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ. ಗಿವ್ ದೆಮ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರೋಪ್.
ಒಂದು ಡೌಟು, ನಾವು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವೈಕುಂಠ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಸ್ವಾಮಿದು ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಶಿವಂದ್ ಇರೋ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಓದೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ್ರ ಆಂಡಾಳ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಇವಾಗ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಓದೋಣ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳಲ್ವಾ, ವಿಷ್ಣು ಗೋವಿಂದ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ನ್ ಮುಂದೆನೆ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟು. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು
ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಾಯಾಗಿದೆ ತಾನೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ?
ನಾನ್ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಮ್ಮ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀನಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಂದು ನಮ್ಗೆ
ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸೆವರಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೌ ದೀಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾನೀಸ್ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಮಚ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದೀಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ, ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ಹಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ, see, he has gone all over India 7 times. So once he came across a street when someone was performing puja to Ganpati. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ? ಗಣಪತಿಗೆ they were breaking coconuts and offering modakam and all that. Shankaracharya would join them and sing with great bhakti. He would sing the praises of Ganpati like that. Join them. After all, they are doing worship. At least they are not doing drugs. You should be happy. They are praying for the welfare. Even if it's for their family good, they are praying. Let them be. Let them be. Like that. Shankaracharya, all the jnanis, they do that. Yes, Shweta?
No, I was just going to say, right? I think when we were doing our last classes, the abridged version, in a way says everybody's bhakti is different. How you go there, it can be singing, it could be dancing, it could be going to a temple. So I think it's the acceptance and letting let it be, and be yourself and let it be, right? So at the end of the day,
Live and let live. Live and
yeah.
let.
Thank you. My brain's little. Can't believe it today. So
Yeah.
live and let live. Yes.
That's what we have to do. Give them a
Yeah.
long, because the Gnanis have done that. Who am I to advise?
Yep.
Very, very,
Yep.
very careful before giving advice, because I am myself and still taking baby steps. I am in no position to advise anyone, isn't it? Please don't disturb their faith. Let them do what they want. They'll also come. Bhagavanta, he himself will bring them here. Bhagavan will bring them. So Shankaracharya, in another occasion, he had gone to Tiruchendur. Which god is there in Tiruchendur? Hmm? Uh, Subramanya.
Subramanya.
Subramanya, correct. Subramanya is there in Tiruchendur. So when Shankaracharya went there was a leper. Now one person who was left, struck with leprosy. He came hopping along, limping along to Shankaracharya and said, "Please save me. I'm a leper." So Shankaracharya said, "You are sitting in the presence of Subramanya. Why are you asking me? I'm mere human. Go and pray to Subramanya." Shankaracharya advised him to pray to Subramanya, and he composed the Subramanya Bhujangam Stotram there and gave it to that boy. You use this, you tell this stotra and pray to Subramanya. Like this, so the person's disease, of course, cured by worshipping Subramanya. So just leave them be. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say, when he saw worldly people, you know what he would say? This is all the Leela of the Divine Mother. See how beautifully she plays. He would clap his hands and enjoy the show. Divine Mother is acting, making them act like this. This is also her play. Let them play. Let them continue playing their game. That is what it is. No, after all, what does our Vedanta say? Everything is a game. Leela, Maya. Let them continue. And Ramakrishna would say, I have scored more marks and I have come out of her game. People are still they're still playing. When the time comes, they will also score more marks and come out of it. This is how we should, that is why we have to conduct ourselves like that. Do not impose my Vedanta on my family members, first and foremost. Don't do it. Very, very, very damaging. They might not like it. They will in fact become ulta. At the most, pray quietly in my heart. Let my husband, children come to the path. Anta quiet agi. Don't tell them at all. It has to be completely voluntary. You go on doing your work. Let them come when the time is right. They will come, isn't it? In Vyavahara also, this Kramagnani and Akrama and Akrama things will come. When I'm good at something, say something, I continue to do that. Let me not do something else in which I have no expertise. That is this example of Shalya as a Sarathi and Krishna as a Sarathi has been given here. Partha Sarathi, what did he do? He took Partha in the perfect direction, and all of us Parthas he is guiding because he is Partha Sarathi. And even in Vyavahara, on the battlefield, he did a perfect job. He kept on boosting Krishna, Arjuna's morale. And of course, the Bhagavad Gita was given on the battleground. Everything this Partha Sarathi did. Whereas Shalya, as a Sarathi, what did he do to Karna? Completely break his confidence. Because poor Shalya is a king, he is not a charioteer. And Karna didn't want him, it was imposed on Karna. No, Karna, very arrogantly, he asked Duryodhana, make Shalya my Sarathi. Shalya was mightily offended. I am a king. I don't mind standing beside you and fighting. But you're asking me to be your Sarathi? And so that was an Akrama Sarathi. And Karna had to pay the price for that. He completely demoralized Karna in a big way and he spelled doom for Karna. He went on praising Arjuna in front of Karna and, moral, this thing was happened. Okay, Kamala needs to leave. All of us need to leave now. It's 8:05. So we'll sell the prayer and we can go. ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्तिः 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 ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನು ನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ 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 ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम